So we are at a very, very interesting point. I would almost call it an inflection point to all iPhones out there that are still currently supported. So essentially what's going on, for those of you who don't know, Apple is kind of in a really weird spot because for one, it seems like a big company like this is always going through lawsuits and antitrust things, but as of right now, there's a very, very weird situation that Apple's kind of in where they are probably going to at some point allow us to install third-party applications. However, Apple is going to do as much as they can, as they've already been doing, to make sure we don't have that ability. The App Store makes a ton of money for Apple, so why would they go ahead and allow us to do it? But this isn't really a money situation, I think, for the average user. I don't think the average user, but Apple doesn't play it that way, obviously. They play it in the sense of, it's security and it's privacy and everything like that. But if you take a look at all the products around their whole entire landscape, as we've talked about before, basically every single product out there allows us to install third-party applications. If you take a look at MacBooks, Apple's own product, we can install third-party apps there. We've been able to do it since day one. If you look at, Android devices, Samsung's, every single device out there, there's just so many different devices out there that allow us to install third-party applications. And there's a reason for that. It's because there are so many apps out there that may not be suitable for the App Store, or maybe the developer can't pay the developer fees to actually host them on the App Store. So because of that, there's just no other way around it. So on iPhones, we typically get a thing here and there with an update that basically makes it harder and harder to install third-party apps. And now with iOS 16.4, it's looking like there's going to be some more development here, meaning it could be one of two things. One, either Apple can make it harder for us to install third-party apps, or two, this could be a step in the right direction for them to actually allow us to install some more third-party apps, or for developers to actually move away from, hosting their applications on their main page and instead hosting them on some sort of website, and then we can add them to our home screen. We've seen this with a lot of different applications, not a lot, but a few different applications out there. So I say that to say, if I could plead to Apple to just do one thing with the next version of iOS, if they kept everything the same and just added some security updates, I think that would be fantastic. But in my opinion, I think the most important thing Apple could do is to go ahead and allow us to actually install some third-party applications on our device. I think it's honestly very crazy that still in 2023, for years and years since day one of iPhones, we've never had this, capability natively. We've had workarounds, we've had some other things, but I think if Apple were to just let us have that type of capability, I think that in and of itself would probably people would forget about it, it'd be normal, and then it wouldn't be as big of a deal as it is now. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.